It's funny how sometimes the biggest ideas, the most powerful feelings, they come in the smallest packages. Today, we're going to dive into a whole universe of meaning that's been packed into just 4 lines of poetry. Let's see how it's done.
So here it is. Just let that sit for a second. 4 lines. Seems simple, right? But as we're about to see, they build this incredible structure, starting from the cosmos itself and zeroing in on something deeply, deeply personal. So let's break it down, line by line. But that's the real question, isn't it? How is that even possible? How can just 4 lines build a world that spans from this divine act of creation all the way down to an intimate dedication? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning with the poem's absolutely epic opening. This first line, it really sets the stage for everything that's about to follow.
Right from the get-go, that first word, Khuda, or God, you know we're not dealing with just any old poem. This is a creation story. It puts the stakes sky high. The poet is basically saying this person wasn't just born, she was deliberately, divinely made. But the real key here is this word shidath. This tells us that this act of creation, it wasn't just casual. It wasn't an accident. It was done with passion, with intensity, with this incredibly powerful and focused intent. It's like all the creative force of the universe was poured into this one single act.
And what was created with all this incredible passion? A pari. Now this is so important. She's not just being called a beautiful woman, she's being presented as something more. An ethereal, otherworldly being, something separate from the everyday, something crafted by God himself. Okay, so let's move on to the second line and see how this thing builds. After establishing this divine creation, the poem makes a sharp turn. It pivots from this grand cosmic act to its incredibly personal impact.
Whose arrival has filled my life with happiness. Check out the cause and effect here. It's so clear. It's not just that she makes him happy sometimes. Her very arrival is the one single event that completely flips the narrative's entire world on its head.
This really drives home that massive shift, right? Before she arrived, there's this implied emptiness, a void. And after? A life that's literally overflowing with happiness. It's a total 100% transformation. It's like his world went from black and white to full color in a single instant.
So we've gone from the divine to the personal. Where do we go from here? Well, the poem zooms all the way out again, this time placing this personal feeling in the context of, everything. In the entire universe, she is the most cherished and the most beloved. Just think about that for a second. The poet here is making maybe the boldest claim possible. He's weighing one person against the entirety of existence. It's just an incredibly powerful statement.
And that word, kaayenath, it means the entire universe. We're talking every star, every galaxy, every planet, every single thing that exists. The scale is it's mind-boggling. And yet, the poem just boldly says that she is more precious than all of it. The entire cosmos is reduced to nothing more than a backdrop for this one person. It's a breathtaking way to describe her value to him. All right, here we go, the grand finale. We've journeyed from a divine workshop to the very edge of the universe. And in this final line, all of that cosmic energy, all of that emotion, funnels down to a single, powerful point. And she is my better half, my sweetheart. And notice how it kind of pauses there. Before we even get her name, we get these 2 titles. They ground all that cosmic praise in a deeply personal, intimate relationship.
And let's talk about that word, ardhangini. It is so much more than just wife. It literally means the other half of the body. And it implies this union that's so complete they are basically 2 halves of the very same soul. It's a beautiful, spiritual idea that lifts their bond way beyond a simple partnership.
And then, it all comes down to this. One name. Madhuri. The entire poem, the divine creation, the universal comparison, the soul-deep connection, it's all been a 4-line journey leading right here to this single name, giving it a weight and a meaning that feels truly cosmic. So there you have it, a whole universe created, explored, and dedicated in just 4 lines. It's a pretty powerful reminder of how language can build worlds and shape our reality. And it kind of makes you think, right? If you had to, what 4 lines would you use to define your world?